Coming up on this edition of The Solo Show.
Now you have to book it each day individually.
Each day, right.
But at one point, when you book your vacation, you could book for the entire stay and pay for each day ahead of time. And I did that. But for some reason, it didn't register that I did that. So I don't know if I ended up paying a second time.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
We couldn't
my
do
travel
that.
agent, and she said, no, she says it shows you only did the base ticket, no Genie Plus. And okay, fine, as long as I didn't pay for it twice.
Stan welcomes David Picciano from the Now That's Disney podcast to the show to talk about the news of the month of August. The Solo Show, as always, is brought to you by Victor Naraki Realtor, serving Disney in the greater Orlando area with celebratingflorida.com and disneyatyourdoorstep.com. The future is bright indeed. We're all of us dreaming of the better days ahead, and a part of your bright new future could be a move to where the magic lives in the greater Orlando area of Florida. One of the biggest decisions you'll make when considering a move is selecting a realtor who can successfully match you with the right home in the right location at the right price. Victor Naraki is the realtor who can help you make the move you've always wanted to. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking to move near Disney World, Victor is in your corner. If you are looking for an experienced real estate agent covering all of Central Florida, please visit disneyatyourdoorstep.com today and find out just why you should work with Victor. I encourage you to create a free, no-obligation account on his website. By doing so, you'll unlock the website's full potential and be able to enter specific criteria, save listings, and browse new properties sent to your email. Visit disneyatyourdoorstep.com today or visit his Facebook page, Victor Naraki Realtor. And don't forget to tell him The Solo Show sent you. The Solo Show podcast is proud to present the Disney news of the past month. This week, we are showcasing all the headlines for the month of
August.
Now, here are your Disney reporters with the news of
August.
Hello, and welcome to this edition of The Solo Show. I am Stan Solo, as always, and joining me today, I love those intros that Ken does, by the way, with the month of August. Anyways, I got Dave. Oh, man, you know me names. Picciano? Picciano.
Picciano. You got it right the first time.
There we go. From Now That's Disney and Disney Night Live. How was you doing there? I left you high and dry. Are you okay now?
We're good. The group is doing really well. Now That's Disney and Disney Night Live. We're having a lot of fun. We have multiple cast members, on there. Not cast members, but show members with Jason, Skipper Jay, and Lisa and Alan and Kim, my wife. So yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I tune in. I try to tune in from time to time. And the reason I was nothing against you, Dave. The reason I needed my Saturday nights back. My wife wanted to, see me. and that's our Saturday nights, kind of our thing now. And when there's nothing going on, I try to tune in. But check it out. Check it out. Disney Night Live every Saturday night on the Now That's Disney Facebook and YouTube page.
And YouTube, yes. And we're a podcast now as well.
I was going to say, and you got the podcast going. How's that working out?
It's going well. Yeah, something I just wanted to get into. So,
and that's everywhere. That's like iTunes or Apple Music, and
yes, everywhere except Podbean, because I put it up on Podbean and I didn't get anybody downloading it, so I just stopped putting it there. But we put it up through Libsyn, and it's on Apple, and yeah, it's all over the place. It's doing well.
Nice. And that's Disney Night Live, it's called, right? For that
right.
one?
Yeah. So the podcast is nothing but the audio from the show, the live stream, which is on Saturday. And Skipper Jay put some cool park music behind it, and we put it out as a podcast.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And you're also on, what is it? What's that live? The radio live?
Oh, so D Magic World, right? D Magic World is one of our sponsors. Yes. D Magic World Jasper over at D Magic World, which is a 24/7 streaming Disney app. And they play Disney Night Live on Tuesdays and Sundays at specific times in between the park music.
That's so cool. That is very cool to hear.
A lot of fun.
Alrighty. Okay, we got lots to cover today. Actually, we don't have a lot to cover today. This is a softer month, this month of August. It's
light
dog
news.
Days of summer, and it's a light news month, but who better to have light news on than David?
Nothing but light news here. And a lot of things
let's talk fluff, Dave.
Right. It's a lot of things that doesn't pull a lot of weight. So
there was hardly any fights or anything this month.
Nothing really interesting. Nobody grilling hot dogs on a table at Disney Springs. Nothing fun like that.
I have to say, though, when I walked by PhilharMagic when I was at Fantasyland, I held onto my wallet a little bit tighter This is the rough neighborhood of Fantasyland. You got to watch
Exactly.
yourself here. You got to, don't make eye contact with anybody.
No,
Stuff like
that alleyway between Peter Pan and It's a Small World, I find to be the worst like area to get through. You kind of do.
People are fighting all the time. That's why.
Yeah, they're fighting, and it's just people are like kind of pushing and shoving through that area. It's very congested, small space. So yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah, it is. All righty, Dave. Let's start off with August 1st, and I'll let you begin. You're my guest.
Okay, so Disney News Roundup for August 1st. The first one, news, new props around the Mad Tea Party attraction.
Yeah, you know what? I saw those before I even knew about that they were going to be there, and it's a good attraction, a good addition. They have like these little teacups and all that, all kind of all over the place. And since then, we don't have it later on in the news roundup, but they added the Dalmatians in the fire hall.
Yes, yeah, those are really cute. I saw those.
Yeah, and then they have the mouse from Ben and Me in the Liberty Tea Tavern. They added. So I'm wondering if they're going to keep doing these things. You think they will?
I think they will. It's cute, not like an Easter egg, but little pop-ups, like you said, and cute little things that I think the people that pay attention to Disney detail notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think wasn't there one on the Cheshire Cat too, or something like that?
I think so. I know that they're having trouble with the cattail, so they're giving out cat paws now over at the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I see people going there on vlogs trying to get their cattails for the Halloween party, and they have cat paws. But
cat paws,
yeah, kind of cute.
The elusive cattail is no longer
not around.
Yeah. August 2nd, COVID-19 warning signs have been removed from all areas of the park, or started to get removed. I saw very little COVID-19 signage.
Yeah, although COVID is still spreading, and the strains are a lot less, less for what you're, when you get sick with it, but the signs are coming down, and the markers and the 6 feet markers and all that. But
all the plexiglass is gone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be premature if, Florida doesn't really get too cold, like, where we're at. And so we're going to see what happens with that. But things are coming down. Plexiglass is coming down. That's good signs.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, on August 2nd, the first of the international representatives are welcomed back to Walt Disney World since COVID outbreak. Most will be stationed in Epcot representing their home country. This is really exciting, right?
Yeah.
This is what really makes Epcot authentic.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to say, though, I didn't really spend much time in World Showcase or visiting the countries on this last trip, but I meant to.
Yeah. You just always seem to run out of time.
I know. I took midday breaks, and they were kind of a little bit longer than they should have been, I think, every day.
Yeah, but, I mean, Florida's very hot in August, so you need those midday breaks, a little power nap or a cool down.
But that's great news to see for sure.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, hopefully get some of the kids back there, right, in the college program and on campus, and kind of get that originality back to Epcot.
Yeah. So also on August 2nd, this is in Disneyland Paris, a New Jersey diner reopens. In 1995, it was purchased and shipped to Germany, of all places. Then in 2002, it was moved to Disneyland Paris. Are you aware of this diner at all? You're from New Jersey.
I'm not, which is really cool. I'm wondering how a New Jersey diner makes its way to Germany and Disneyland Paris, and what are they serving, like the authentic New Jersey dishes that we're used to here in New Jersey.
Well, it's a Marvel themed diner now, so okay. I'm not sure if it's going to be like, but it's it was originally made in it was originally in Jersey, and it's one of those old fashioned diners that look like a railroad car kind of with the rounded roof.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, and it was somebody bought it in Germany, and Disney ended up buying it and moving it to Disneyland Paris. And it's amazing history. It
is. I'm going to have to find out. I want to research it and find out where it came from in New Jersey, and if I was ever there or seen it, because I know there's several places in New Jersey that have, like rail cars as their diners, or part of it that I've seen or been to.
No, I guess the question is it cheaper to ship this thing, or is it cheaper to build one?
Right, to kind of fabricate it to make it look like that. But I do know,
Jersey diner.
Yeah, an authentic Jersey diner. I mean, Jersey's known for its diners. I don't, if your listeners have ever been to or from New Jersey, but we're known for our Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwiches. So
it'd be cool if they sold those there.
I know. Yeah, they'd have to import the Taylor ham.
Yeah. I'm definitely visiting that diner when I go.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
What do we got? August 3rd, the full cast has returned to the Beauty and Beast live on stage at Disney Hollywood Studios. Very cool also because they're bringing back people. Yeah, good news. And hopefully this is like something on the horizon for good things to come. Yeah, I was watching an old video that we took when we were at Epcot years ago, and they used to have that band in the back there that played like cool rock music. The band that they were like, said they were from England or whatever. So it's good that we're getting some of these cast members and actors back that were taken away when COVID hit, or I guess as a money savings push. So very exciting.
What I'm finding from doing these news things every month is every month there's more and more coming back. And
yes,
at some point we've got to get to where we're back.
fully back. Right. Well, let's just get back, but slow push forward is always good.
Yeah. So speaking about coming back, so August 3rd, Category 3 seating opens at Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review. So Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review reopened last month, and it was only Category 1 and 2 seatings, which is on the floor. I don't know why they didn't open up. Maybe the staff shortages?
It could be staff shortages. I do know that a lot of locations in Disney are still having trouble with staff shortages. So you're getting lesser seating or less things maybe around the parks where they're selling like water and soda and that kind of thing. But so is the Category 3 seating the one that's kind of up on that, on a higher level? Okay.
Yeah, it's the balcony seating.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Which was, I've only been once, and that's where I sat, and it was great. It was a lot cheaper, and it was only 1 dining credit versus 2 dining credits.
I mean, people love Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review, and they always say the food's really fun, and it's a great time. It's like the beloved Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review. So this is, again, a good sign of things returning. What do we have here for August 7th? August 7th, Disney lowered the number of paid Lightning Lane passes to only 4 attractions. It's Rise of the Resistance, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Avatar Flight of Passage, and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This is interesting. So they lowered the number of paid Lightning Lane passes. So that means everything else is included with the Genie Plus, where you don't have to pay for the additional fee. Yes. Is that?
Yeah. So they got rid of Exhibition Everest, is taken off the list. Mickey Minnie's Runway Railroad used
Space
to be
Mountain.
Space Mountain was. Ratatouille, it was taken off the list of having to be paid. It's just Genie Plus only now, which is great. I mean, I don't like paying extra for every single ride.
Right, exactly. I mean, when in your recent trip out to Disney World, did you use the Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane additional purchases?
Yeah, I used the Genie Plus, the paid Genie Plus for Hollywood Studios and for Magic Kingdom. I didn't for Animal Kingdom or Epcot.
Right.
And at my second day at Hollywood Studios, I didn't. And we did pay the extra Lightning Lane for Rise of Resistance. So the extra $15 for Rise of Resistance. But the weird thing was when I booked my vacation, I booked it with the every day and had it because I got it in time before it was that now you have to book it each day individually.
Each day, right.
But at one point when you booked your vacation, you could book for the entire stay and pay for each day ahead of time. And I did that. But for some reason, it didn't register that I did that. So I don't know if I ended up paying a second time.
Wow, that is interesting.
I reached out to my travel agent, and she said, no, she says it shows you only did the base ticket, no Genie Plus. And okay, fine, as long as I didn't pay for it twice.
Yeah, and I think that option was available to some folks and not others, because when we went in April of this year, we couldn't purchase beforehand. I had to wait till I was on property to purchase Genie Plus, for the first day. Each day, right, individually, and I had to be there. I couldn't do it in advance. I know some people when they bought their tickets, maybe because we have annual passes or DVC, but I know Skipper Jay was able to get them when he was there in April ahead of time, and like you, but and
I ended up not having it ahead of time, so which was fine. I didn't really need it my second day at Hollywood Studios, or I don't think you needed it at Epcot either.
No, and there's a few things about the Genie Plus. Just a couple tips for your listeners. If you're going to do it early. Get it, book it. Get your Genie Plus and start to use it immediately at 7 a.m. and stack your Lightning Lane return times. Yeah, don't wait. Like we did it one day for Magic Kingdom, and we got up late. I purchased it late, and it just wasn't worth it that day for us. So get it early.
Oh, really? I find Magic Kingdom to be the one that's worth it the most because you can get more use out of it.
Yeah. The times were later and sporadic and things that we didn't want to do versus, wanted to get on something we wanted to.
So August 8th, single rider line is once again available at Soarin' around the world for now. I don't think this is going to, we'll see if this lasts because they took that away before COVID, that single rider line at Soarin'. And I don't know, it makes sense to me for it to be on Soarin' because they could fill every seat that way.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, single riders are a great way for somebody to get on an attraction if they're going by themselves, and then again for the cast members to load the ride vehicles and fill them out instead of having empty seats.
Yeah, if you have one extra seat, grab somebody from the single rider line. Now the problem with the single rider line is if you have one seat left, you're going to be on the edge. You're going to get that horrible seat where you get to see the leaning tower of Eiffel,
the curvy screen.
Yeah.
But if time is of the essence, doing a single rider is good. And, if there are multiple single riders on one ride, then that means, a family behind doesn't have to wait longer because, you're filling in seats and then people get to get on the next showing of these rides. So it really does help that way.
Yeah. So we'll see if it sticks around.
Yeah. August 10th, fall decor magically popped up overnight at Magic Kingdom. A little bit early, but Disney has gotten into the putting things up early and doing things early. So August 10th, it's Halloween at Magic Kingdom.
Can you believe that? I mean, it makes sense. It really does because teachers that are going never get to see the Halloween displays, and I could see the frustration. I can understand the frustration.
Right.
So.
And it gives Disney a chance to have more ticket options, so more people can, partake in this. It's just kind of crazy that people are, on their vacation and they're dripping with sweat, but they're drinking pumpkin spice lattes.
Well, that's just it's like okay. So I'm packing my bag. You know me, I like to wear my homemade, colorful shirts.
Yes,
and I have a lot of Hawaiian ones, and I'm thinking. Well, Magic Kingdom's all decked for Halloween. Should I bring a Halloween shirt? Are you insane? It's August. I'm not bringing a Halloween. I hung the Halloween shirt back up.
Left it back. Pack all the Hawaiian shirts, and on your way you went.
Yeah, I didn't bring any Halloween ones.
Yeah. It's great. It is beautiful, and the same thing with Christmas. They start putting all the decorations in there early, but people that want to experience and cannot do it later on, like you said, or maybe even at the time. They do it a little bit afterwards, so you have a good chance to get out there and experience.
Well, November 1st isn't really early, I would say. I mean, that's pretty much when they get them up. Is November 1st.
That's a good time, right? Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, then February they put the July 4th decorations up, so it's all red, white, and blue come July 4th or January. Sorry, February 1st.
The bunting goes up and all the exactly.
Alrighty. Also on August 10th, while they were busy hanging up the magical Halloween decorations, testing began at Fantasmic at Walt Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, this is really, really exciting. For me, I love Fantasmic. I don't know about you, but this is a great show and highly missed.
Yeah. And what's great about it is you get to sit down, you get to enjoy it. You got a good view no matter where you are.
Yeah, it really is. It's an open, if people haven't experienced it before, Fantasmic is in an open amphitheater type deal, and there's water spraying and images on the water. And they also do dining packages for this. So that'll be interesting if the dining packages come back. You get priority seating included with your dining package. But
I'm sure it will. I'm sure the dining package will come back for sure. I mean, they're back at Disneyland because they brought Fantasmic back at Disneyland. They got the dining packages there,
right?
Or Colors of the Wind. What's the one in
Colors of the World? World of Color.
Color.
Yeah. So Disneyland seems to get things before Disney World, kind of a test,
Well, I wouldn't say that. Some we get, some they get.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of back and forth. I mean, we got the Magic Band Plus way before. They don't even have Magic Bands yet at Disneyland.
Right, that's true. Yeah, they're still operating with tickets. Yeah, very true.
All right, you're up.
So August 10th as well. A lot of big stuff on August 10th. Disney announced that the Disney products and experiences made a revenue of $7.4 billion for the third fiscal quarter. That includes April, May, and June. Overall, the Walt Disney World Company posted a revenue of $21.5 billion for Q3. Wow.
Oh my gosh, $21.5 billion in 3 months.
Dollars. I think to do that as Dr. Evil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I read something crazy online that, even with jacking up the prices and a lower park attendance, they still made more money, which I think is their overall goal that we kind of knew when they started doing certain things in the parks and taking things away and jacking up prices. People were upset, but people are still going.
Yeah.
So
I have to say, like when I went, it wasn't overly crowded. Like I've been to the parks when it's been more crowded than when I went. I'm not sure if it's because of the week I went or because it was August or the parks I chose, but it was nice. It was really nice not to have overly crowded parks.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there with both when it's packed and when it's not crowded, and not crowded is definitely a way better experience.
Yeah.
When
like,
we
are
were
you willing
there,
to pay an extra $20 a day on your tickets to have a less crowded park?
I would. Yeah. I definitely would.
Or an extra $2 on your churro or whatever it is you're getting. Like,
right.
Like it seems worth it to me.
It does. And I also like the park reservations, which I know people are still upset about, but the park reservation.
I do not like the park reservations.
But I mean, when it's really busy, it does guarantee that, that you're going to be in the park of your, selection, which I've been there on really busy times in spring break where you're pulling up on the monorail to Magic Kingdom and you're not sure you're going to get in because the lines are crazy. So
yeah. I like just going wherever when I wake up. I don't know which park I'm going to every day.
Yeah,
it was hard for me to make this. I actually screwed up one day because I was going with Justin from the Grand Circle Tour, and I woke up in the morning and I went to get ready to book my Rise of Resistance Lightning Lane, and I'm like, I'm booked for Magic Kingdom. That's not what the plan is. What's going on here? I booked the wrong day on the wrong thing, so I ended up having to. Luckily, I was able to switch it.
Oh, so you did. Okay, good. So there was availability.
Yeah. Okay. Also on August 10th, on the earnings call, Bob Chapek announced that 50% of guests utilize Genie Plus.
Okay. 50%.
I don't think they're referring to the paid Genie Plus here. I think they're referring to just using it.
The base free Genie Plus that you can use to plan your day.
Yeah.
Which is very helpful.
Well, I tried playing with it a little bit, kind of like I punched it. It wasn't. I don't know. It just seemed ridiculous to me. Maybe if you're never gone before,
that's where I think it's helpful. Yes, exactly. So if you've been before and you know what your day is going to look like, because you know how you have it mapped out in your head and what you want to do. But I played with it too when we went in April. I played with it and started kind of just putting recommendations for the day, and then it comes up when you're there and says, this is available. You suggested that you wanted to ride this or go here. But it's 50% is interesting. So 50% of people also didn't use Genie Plus. And
great way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and how many people, if they still had the 3 fast passes that you used to get, were utilizing that? I think it would be way more than 50% of people went online at 7 a.m. and booked their fast passes. I find it really interesting still that they rolled this out. We had Len Testa on a couple months ago from Touring Plans, and he said he would have been happy to just pay for the 3 fast passes. You had the system. Why did you roll out a new system? And I agree with that. I would have gladly paid for my 3 fast passes instead of rolling out this new system, Genie Plus and the Lightning Lanes.
Like when I would travel by solo to the parks, I would get the park hopper, but I really wouldn't book any fast passes because I didn't know where I was going to be. I wouldn't book them ahead.
Right.
So I unless I was meeting somebody for lunch at the Hollywood Studios, and then I would book Toy Story Midway Mania or something like that. But for the most part, I didn't use the fast pass system at all.
Right. You're a wing it kind of park guy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Alrighty, where are we? August 12th.
August 12th, yes. It's me, right? My turn.
Yeah.
August. All right, August 12th. First Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party of the season. Brer Bear and Brer Fox were not part of the Boo to You parade as they were in past years. That's interesting.
I thought that was interesting, because they've been in every Boo to You parade as long as I can remember. They have all the bears coming there, the country bears and all that. They're absent this year. Is this the beginning of the phasing out or the middle of the phasing out?
Right, of the characters, and we know that the ride, Splash Mountain is getting that makeover. Right, so Princess and the Frog is going to be the theming there. Maybe it is part of the theming out.
Yeah, from what I understand, the only souvenir you can still get for Splash Mountain is the pressed penny.
That's the only one.
that there's no more
Yeah.
Splash Mountain souvenirs available.
Wow.
At Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So
hopefully you got your merchandise.
I got a feeling we're going to get an announcement at D23 Expo on when this construction is going to start.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They'll give you a time frame. It's a pretty big ride, too. So I think it's going to take a while to kind of retheme that.
Will it take as long as Tron? What was Tron? 6 years now?
Tron's still going
on. The time they announced it.
Yeah, that's another when is Tron coming? People are asking that question. So
yeah. We'll talk about that one later. Okay, August 12th, the Boardwalk Bakery officially closed to make room for the Boardwalk Deli.
Yeah.
I don't really care about this one. I know some people are big Boardwalk Deli bakery fans. It seems the same to me. I don't know. They got sandwiches now.
They've got sandwiches, which they had, pastries and sandwiches in the past. They just changed their menu, but it's still. We stayed at Boardwalk a while ago. I love the Boardwalk, but the problem for me was the food options. So there's food options on the Boardwalk, and the bakery, or now the deli, is your fast. Well, that's if you have had the dining plan, or you went to fill up your soda mug. That's where you were going. And I just wasn't really pleased with the options. The food wasn't good. And I've seen the deli food online. And if you're going to gear this towards a New Jersey deli, which the Boardwalk is supposed to be a New Jersey Boardwalk, I think you have to have some authentic foods, not just these fabricated sandwiches that don't look really.
Yeah, but everybody says that. The people from New Orleans say you got to have real beignets. The people from Canada say this isn't poutine.
It's not poutine, right? Yeah, you just don't know better, I guess.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying.
Right. Fly me out there for a week. I'll show you how to make a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess the next one you got there kind of ties in with this one.
August 15th, the Boardwalk Deli opens. So
it was closed for a couple of days.
They should use the people that worked on the Boardwalk Deli to go over to Tron.
start cementing things, people.
Right. Exactly. Let's go.
If you can glaze a donut, you can put down cement.
Right. Exactly. Put some spackle on that. Let's get this ride open. So the deli opens with the new option.
Yeah. August 16th, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger meet and greet returns to Magic Kingdom.
Another good return.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, every month we're seeing more and more of these things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's happy to see things coming back. Like you said, let's get back to where we're fully back. August 17th. This is really, really big news. Magic Band Plus went on sale to the general public. So kind of, I guess, more than midway through the 50th celebration, the Magic Band Plus that, operates and interacts with different items and this 50th statues and stuff.
It's supposed to operate.
Right. Did you purchase a Magic Band Plus?
Yeah, I got up I didn't get up at 3 a.m. to do it. I was up at 3 a.m. and couldn't sleep. And so I went, well, I might as well order a Magic Band that's available to order.
Right.
So I got the Orange Bird one. I had a hard time figuring out how to use it.
Okay.
I guess for people that are listening, if you do get the Magic Band Plus and you're at the statues, you have to feel a little vibration first.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just walk up to the statue and start waving because nothing's going to happen.
Right.
And so then once you get that little vibration, then you wave, and then it works.
Yeah, the vibration is telling you you're in range, and now your band is interacting with a particular statue.
Yeah. No, so I'm walking up to these things and I'm waving like a madman. I'm doing jumping jacks. People think I'm drowning. I'm waving around like Kermit the Frog.
You do your exercises.
Oh man, I used up so many calories at the front of those golden statues, and I could not get them to work for the life of me. And then I'd be walking by one, it would go off.
Right, so you're not even trying, and your wrist is vibrating.
Do you remember on Get Smart, the cones of silence?
Yes.
How they never work properly.
Right. Exactly. This is what the Magic Band Plus is.
Yeah. But once you get them to work, they're cool. And I did. You can capture them on the app, and then once you get in the app, you can create a virtual portal, and they do a little song and dance for you.
Right.
On your app, which is cute and fun. So now I'm a collector. I got to get them all. So I got all the ones for Animal Kingdom, all the ones for Epcot, and all the ones for Hollywood Studios. And I got about half of them for Magic Kingdom because it was already like 10 o'clock at night when I started figuring out how to do them while I was at Magic Kingdom. Wow, so I ran around Magic Kingdom trying to get as many as I can. So next trip,
yeah. Did you do any of the bounty hunter experiences?
I completed the bounty hunter experience. I got all 20 bounties. Yeah. So I'm now a member of the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Oh, wow.
It took me from 2 p.m. till 8:30 at night, pretty much exclusively doing that. I had to take a break midday because my band died or was dying and it wasn't working properly. But I got to say, in the evening, it's way easier than when the sun's out.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't see it doing green or red.
Right. Yeah, you can't see the colors, and it's kind of hard. I don't know. There's the screen that you have to keep going back to see what bounty or who you're going to be capturing. Right. It's probably harder to see during the day.
Well, it doesn't matter who you're capturing. It's the thing is you have to get the colors. You have to see, and it vibrates different intensities if you're right or wrong, going in the right direction or wrong direction.
Right.
But once you start doing it, I really enjoyed it. But I got to say, I think the free app is more fun than the Magic Band app.
Oh, wow.
Like playing those games where you scan the trash cans and you scan the different things and you play the game on the app. I thought that was more enjoyable than this bounty hunter thing. It's the exact same thing every time, over and over again, 20 times.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're just going out and get, so that games app that they have, that free app, has been around for a while, but now it's more interactive because the band is here.
Yeah. What is fun though is meeting up with people that you like I'm doing my thing and somebody else is doing their thing, and you go and you kind of talk with them while you're waiting, because there's a bit of a short line, just about, not all the time, but sometimes to get a bounty or to turn in a bounty. So you start talking to people that are, right. Oh yeah, I saw you earlier. How many have you gotten so far? And they go, well, I got 2. And I go, oh really? I'm on number 9. Like we started at the same time.
Right. So it's not just an interactive program, but you're interacting with other people because you're seeing them around doing the same thing.
Well, I do. I don't know if other people.
Well, no, like you said, you're seeing the same faces, and it's fun to kind of associate with the people that are doing the same thing.
Yeah, I had a blast doing it. It was a lot of fun.
It does look like fun. I'm definitely going to be getting one. I was on the fence until I saw what it can do. I do know that some of the things, like you said, with the working, there were bands that were manufactured, I guess, before newer bands, and depending on the firmware, and there might be an update. So some people had problems with their band, or if it's not fully charged.
See, I was able to update mine, and I brought a portable charger because I knew probably wasn't going to be totally charged. So I picked mine up at Pop Century, and we took the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
So by the time I got on the Skyliner and I started charging it, and I downloaded the firmware, by the time I got to Hollywood Studios, it was fully charged and it was fully updated,
ready to go. So that's
just taking the Skyliner from Pop Century. So it was quick. It was quick.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool.
Alrighty. Anything else for Magic Band?
No. I think that's it.
I hope they bring up more and new stuff and more stuff.
Well, right, yeah, you don't want just the same stuff. I mean, it does interact with some of the like enchantment stuff like that, right?
That was ridiculous,
right? Not doing. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I look down at my watch. Oh yeah, look, it's red now.
Right. It changes colors or lights up.
Yeah. August 21st, Princess Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon officially became a Disney princess.
Huh.
They kept that quiet.
Yeah, very quiet. I mean, I still haven't seen Raya and the Last Dragon, but they're just throwing Raya in there to be a princess, which is a pretty hefty tag.
Yeah, but remember they used to make a big deal about it and had the big celebration at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
And this was kind of like, okay, she's a princess now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last one I saw. The stage show was a while ago. Was
it Rapunzel or
Ellen? I'm going to say it wrong. Ellen, Princess Eleanor. I can't remember. She's got of Avalon or something like that.
Yeah, Eleanor of Avalon.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to make a big deal about these things, and I was like, that's the princess of the month.
Yeah, now it's right, exactly, like a cupcake, you know what I mean? Like they do like a new cupcake at Animal Kingdom. Here's a new princess. But they used to make a deal about it and have a stage show and introduce the princess.
When are they going to get Princess Leia in there?
Yeah, this is something that they need to do. Let's go, Chapek.
Hang out with Snow White. Can you imagine Carrie Fisher and Sleeping Beauty hanging out?
She's the princess of all princesses.
Alrighty.
August 22nd, Walt is added to the projections during Disney's Enchantment on Cinderella Castle. That is very cool.
And about time.
Right, exactly. So again, this came late in the 50th celebration. And also, again, out of like kind of nowhere. I don't know if you heard about it beforehand, but I
was actually there doing Facebook Live with the Grand Circle Tour. We actually set up 3 cameras. We had one, Victor Naraki was at his house filming from across the lake. I was right in front of the castle, and Justin was off to the side. And this was the first day that they did it. We didn't even know that they were doing it that day. We just happened to be there that day that they were doing this new projection.
Right. So they didn't really make a big deal about this either, but it went over very well. I know if I was standing in front of the castle and this came on, to start Enchantment off, I would have went crazy. I would have lost my mind. They're really good at the castle projections. I mean, they've mastered that. They're insanely like detailed to get a projection on a building. But it was very cool to have that homage to Walt. and Disney before Enchantment, which I'm also starting to really, really enjoy Enchantment more and more.
Yeah, that's my first time ever actually seeing Enchantment. So I didn't know that Walt wasn't part of it before.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Because I didn't want to spoil myself, so I didn't watch any of it.
Did you like Enchantment after the Walt projections? Did you like the rest of the show?
Yeah, it was cool.
Right.
I don't know. I think maybe I need more time or see if I don't know. I like Wishes.
Right, you're a Wishes fan.
Yeah,
I was a Happily Ever After, but the more I've seen Enchantment and the music, I've really fallen, in love with Enchantment. And Colton liked it on our visit in April, which makes it that much, even better for us.
Yeah. So August 22nd, H2O Plus has announced that they will be retiring their brand at the end of this year, and the Disney fans went nuts.
H2O Plus is that Disney Plus version somewhere else? What is H2O?
No, that's the soaps. That's the soaps that you get on the cruise line.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm thinking everything's got a plus, and it makes me.
I know. They were like the original Plus, H2O Plus.
So, if any of your listeners are out there, I have a bunch of stuff here from H2O. I can.
Well, in about 6 months, put it on eBay.
Yes, I can open our own H2O. That's right. Yeah, so they're taking away H2O brand, but I'm sure Disney's going to find somebody else to partner with and get some new, scents in there.
I haven't tried the foaming soap that comes in the 50th anniversary pump.
We
I have
that.
tried the foaming soap from Tokyo Disneyland, and it is really nice.
Yeah, we got the 50th one when we were there in April, and we have it right, behind our kitchen faucet.
And was it is it nice soap?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to get it out of that.
It's probably the same one from Tokyo, then I'm guessing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to get the impression on your hand. You have to do it kind of perfectly when you pump it out.
Oh, really?
With that design. It is fun and it smells good.
See, the one from Tokyo works perfectly. Like every single pump, it's perfect.
We need the people from Tokyo to go over to Orlando and figure out their pumps.
I actually have I didn't buy the 50th anniversary one because I have one waiting for me in California. A friend picked it up for me, so I didn't buy one. When I go to D23, I have one waiting for me.
Get it there. So. Nice. So at least you'll have soap.
Yeah, I'll be clean. Okay, so you're up on the 23rd here.
August 23rd, a pipe burst on the roof of the Imagination Pavilion in Epcot, sending water streaming into the sky.
Seen the videos on this?
I have seen the videos. Disney always seems to have problems with water too. Even when it rains, like the drainage in some of the parks is crazy, but we don't need any extra water flowing through the parks and ruining guest experiences. So yeah.
This was a geyser. Like it was really shooting up.
Right. I know that. Well, how long ago when we had the leak in Spaceship Earth in Epcot? Remember the water that was dripping down through Spaceship Earth and coming out through the bottom of the sphere? So there's always seems to be some sort of water kind of deal going on.
But they fix it quickly. Like they clean it up and it's good to go pretty quick. So
better clean up an aisle 4.
Yeah. August 23rd, a new scavenger hunt available at Fort Wilderness Campground to celebrate the resort's 50th anniversary. I kind of want to try this one.
Yeah.
You go to wherever you have to go to, you get the scavenger hunt. It's a piece of paper, and you do the scavenger hunt, and you write in what the answers are. You kind of have to walk around all the different, Circle KT or Circle K. Was it Circle D? What is it?
Circle D Ranch.
Circle D Ranch, yeah. And then the hoop to do and all these different things, and you find these clues, and you got to get the answers. And when you bring it back, they give you a little button.
Right. And again, for listeners who don't know these things, when you go to your Disney resort, always ask if they have a scavenger hunt and if they have a hidden Mickey list. So, especially if you're having a resort day or you're spending more time that day at your resort, these are fun things, fun activities for people, especially with kids, doing the scavenger hunts. We did one at the Poly with the hidden Mickey list. And, you can check them out. So these are really cool to do and spend some time getting to know your resort, as well as, like you said, at the end, you get a button.
Yeah. I did one. Actually, this was years ago though. But it was inside the Muppet store.
Oh, wow. Cool.
They had one there because I was kind of looking around with my daughter. We're looking at the ceilings. We're taking pictures and looking for hidden Mickeys and all that. And a cast member came up to us and said, "Hey, would you like to do a scavenger hunt?" And I go, "Yeah, it'd be great." So she gave us this piece of paper and we got a little Muppet card.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so not even just exclusive to resorts, maybe even in stores, right?
Yeah. We were just kind of looking at the details.
Fun.
Alrighty.
August 29th, a man was photographed talking to security at Disney Springs, holding a surfboard and standing in a water fountain. I did see this. Was that guy wearing a wig? Because he had a lot of hair.
That had to have been a wig.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pretend to be like a surfer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently he's some kind of Instagram or some kind of social media wannabe.
Influencer. So, you know what? I like the social media influencers. Just don't influence people to doing dumb stuff like this. You know, you don't belong in a fountain on private property or at Disney Springs. No shirt, holding a surfboard. Like, that's for you. And maybe you want to take your picture and put it up on your Instagram account, but it's not really fun.
Yeah, because he was seen, I guess, the day before at a different resort somewhere, and then he was seen like the next day in Tampa or something like that, doing the same stunt. Like,
do you know if they just escorted him out? Was he?
I'm guessing. I haven't really heard or followed it that much, but yeah, I'm guessing.
Because there was a woman recently that was banned for life for doing something. Now I'm trying to remember. This was just the other day. She did something at Disney and now banned for life, and she was on TikTok or something saying, I think that's a little too far, banned for life. And I'm trying to remember exactly what.
Was that the one that tried to get a free T-shirt
for the clothing?
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what she did, but she was removed, and you get a ban for life.
Goofball.
Yeah, exactly.
So rounding up the month, August 29th, even more testing going on at Tron Light Cycle Run. Runs have been going on every minute throughout the day on August 29th.
Yeah, and they have to get a certain, I didn't know this either. I saw on a vlog the other day, they have to do a certain amount of like man hours of running it empty, then running it with like water test dummies, and then real people before they can allow guests onto it. I didn't know that.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
Open. Yeah. Who wants to be first?
Well, you would think that people that put these things together know what they're doing. They run it a couple times and let's get it going. It's been like 6 years. Come on.
David, come on, get on the front.
I'm willing to take the chance. I've waited too long.
Don't put your hands up just yet.
Yeah, exactly. You might want to put that extra seatbelt
on. Okay, when do you think this thing is going to open?
Oh God,
this year, next year, before Thanksgiving?
Knowing Disney, they love to open stuff in the summer months or like right after their spring break, but I don't think they'll push it too far. So I'm thinking it's an end of the year opening date,
like post Christmas or pre-Christmas.
Probably pre-Christmas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a feeling October 1st.
And is that just because October didn't the 50th start in October?
It's the 51st, which is still the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom.
Yes, that makes good sense.
Because they're starting to pour cement now on the walkway. So I think when that's done, it's just a matter of putting the grass down, dusting off the railroad tracks.
Yeah, getting the landscaping in, and then we don't know what's going on in that show building. So is the show building complete as well? So yeah. It is a big ride, and there's a lot of things to it and a lot of space, like you say. So the landscaping is going to take a while, but Disney's really good.
The landscaping they do quick. They do fast, quick.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if they can get Christmas decorations up overnight, then they can put sod down overnight.
Right.
Yeah. Very true.
I mean, so that'll be interesting to see. I got a feeling. So you're saying before Christmas. I'm saying before Halloween.
Yes. So somewhere within those couple months. Yeah. Which. Yeah, I don't think they'll push it out until 2023. That would be silly.
Yeah.
Way too long.
All righty. We got some stuff coming soon.
Soon.
Yeah. What do we have coming soon there, David?
September 14th through October 14th. Disney World Pass holders are going to receive 30% discount on merchandise, up from the normally 20% off. That's big.
Yeah. Why do you think this is?
They want to get rid of the 50th merch.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe, get rid of the Halloween
some of the Halloween stuff and get ready for the Christmas stuff and some of the 50th merch. Yeah, they want to unload, right? So just like when a car dealership wants to get rid of their previous year's cars, Disney wants to get rid of their gear. And then you'll see a lot of the stuff at the outlet as well. The outlets around Disney World.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Yeah, you'll get 10% off now or put it in the outlet for 50% off.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Good
Wait
point.
for the outlets.
September 23rd, fully vaccinated guests will no longer be required to participate in taking a COVID-19 test prior to sailing aboard the Disney Dream, Fantasy, Wish, or Wonder. For the Magic, it will begin on November 7th. Guests who are not fully vaccinated will still have to provide a negative test 1 to 3 days prior to sailing, but will no longer have to provide a second test at the port. So this is good for me.
Yeah, this is really good for you and folks who are going to be,
Cruising.
Sailing in the near future. So you have to be vaccinated to get on the cruise, but the rigorous, beforehand stuff is they're backing off of it.
Yes, you don't have to. So if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need a test at all.
That's great. So you just show your
proof of vaccination.
Okay.
If you're not vaccinated, you have to get a test 1 to 3 days prior, which in the past, before September 23rd and November 7th, you would have to, if you're not vaccinated, you have to get a test 1 to 3 days prior, plus you have to get a test at the port.
Right.
So now it's just going to be 1 to 3 days prior, which would be for people that used to be fully vaccinated, which you needed to do, which for somebody like me coming from Canada, I'm going to go to the parks for a couple of days, and then I'm going on a cruise in December. Like, how do I get vaccinated when I'm in the parks?
Right.
Like, talk about taking a lot of time out of my vacation to go get vaccinated and, all that type of stuff. I can't do it before I go because I'm going to be there for more than 3 days.
Exactly. Yeah, and I wonder where they came up with the 1 to 3 days. I mean, is that CDC recommended? Because I had thought the sweet spot was like 5 to 6 days after you've come in contact with somebody.
I guess they're being extra cautious with the CDC. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember exactly when our family got it. Our son tested positive Friday night. Colton was positive Friday, Kim Saturday, and I was Sunday. And we were testing, as soon as we found out Colton had it, we were testing. And the at-home test, it comes up immediately. So if you're positive with it, those at-home tests, that line that tells you comes up immediately. But I was 2 days after, so I guess 1 to 3 days does make sense.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were too, because I got it first. I was in the hospital actually. I had my appendix taken out, and I'm sure that's where I got it from.
Right.
But like three days later, I was feeling ill. I took a test, and it came up negative. The next day I took a test, it came up positive.
Positive, right? Exactly.
The next day my wife was positive. The following day my daughter was positive.
Yeah, so it just follows suit. Yeah, it follows suit.
Yeah,
right.
Train reaction. Okay, where are we here?
We are this fall. Walt Disney World pass holders are going to be receiving a new magnet, and this time they will be mailed out rather than picked up. Yes, thank you. As a pass holder, why do I have to be on site? I paid for my pass. Please send me a magnet.
Yeah, right? That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I want to display my magnet. I'm excited to be a pass holder. And they have that interactive thing now, like where your magnet comes alive. Like, if you scan it, it does something. I've seen it with
what? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, kind of moves. I think it was on the Disney Parks app or something. I'll have to track that down. But yeah, the magnet will do something when you put the filter on it.
That's called LSD. It's not called.
I think it may have been available in Snapchat. I'm trying to remember where I saw that.
Cool. Cool.
But yeah, I want my pass. I spent
all
that
makes
money.
sense. It makes sense. Or what they could do too is people that weren't able to pick them up, then mail them.
Right.
Like give people 2 weeks to pick it up, and if they aren't like you did, I'm sure you missed out on the Orange Bird one.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't have someone else get it for you. They're very strict. I know people have told me that you can't even get it for like your spouse if you're online. You have to show your ID or something and your pass, right?
Yeah. Coming up on October 17th, Disney Enchantment will be shown at an earlier time, moving from 9 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. November 1st. Well,
that might be two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just skip that one. So Disney Enchantment is moving to an earlier time, and that's because it's going to start getting darker earlier.
Right, exactly. So they can start doing the projections will show up at an earlier time, so it makes sense to move it. And I like the 8:15 start time.
Yeah.
So we're going to skip that second one.
Yeah. We'll just go to the.
All right, we're going to go January 22nd through the 29th. All lines of the Skyliner will be closing for refurbishment. Do you know the details of the refurb?
Every year since they started the Skyliner, they've been closing the Skyliner to do refurbishments. I'm guessing they're steam cleaning the cushions or whatever they're doing and testing all the equipment, whatever. But in the past, what they've always done is they've done like one section and then they did another section and they did another section. Like they didn't do the shutting them all down this time.
Full shutdown, right?
Full shutdown of all the Skyliners. I guess that kind of makes more sense to just shut them all down and just use the buses for that period.
They can get their project done quicker than just alternating or doing it in portions. Probably makes more sense for them.
Well, it probably makes more sense for them to do it in portions. Yeah. But I think it makes more sense for the guests as well, which Skyliners open today? Whereas now, okay,
that's
22nd and 29th, there's no Skyliners. You don't have to worry about them. Ignore them. They're not there.
They should, I mean, we haven't had a Skyliner collision, so that's good. So maybe they figured that one out too.
But that was the week I would normally traditionally go, is the last week of January.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it this year because I'm going in December.
You're lucking out.
Yeah. But I mean, it sucks to, be at one of these Skyliner resorts and paying the premium prices and then not be able to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One of your modes of transportation are down.
Yeah. I don't think they'd be reducing the prices of pop that week, but
no, not at all.
Okay, the final one coming soon is the dining at the captain's table on Star Wars Intergalactic Star Cruiser will be going up in price from $30 per person to $50 per person starting in 2023.
It's shocking.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
Is the Intergalactic Star Cruiser doing better than we all think?
Everything that you see, it seems like it's not doing well, right? From what people say, it's not worth the money. It's very expensive, and that Disney's really still advertising it.
I'm hearing mixed reviews. I hear people that go on and they say it's the best experience they've ever had in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hear other people going on and they go, wow, it wasn't worth it.
Right.
So I guess it depends how much you get involved in the story and how much you participate.
Yes.
Would probably be a big part of it.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want your experience to be? And if you want to be involved, then your experience is going to be much more, a happier experience than if you're not into that. This is like another one of those things you just said before, like, Disney's not going to lower the price at pop. Disney only raises prices. They don't lower prices. And it seems like one of those things like where they put prices up and they make more money with less people, than they do with more people at a lower price. So makes sense.
And I guess the people that are going are wanting to dine at the captain's table. And that's why they're able to raise their price.
Right. That's the main dining on the Star Wars Intergalactic Star Cruiser.
Well, there is only one dining. There's like one dining hall. Okay. But if you want to eat at the captain's table, you pay a premium price.
Right. Okay.
And you get the actor that plays the captain to at your table.
Right.
Yeah. That's that blue lady.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen some vlogs on that.
Yeah. So interesting.
Are you going to do this in the future?
I'd love to. I really would. I mean, like I had such a fun time playing that Bounty Hunters game. I had a fun time playing that, just a game with the app running around, Galaxy's Edge, playing Star Wars. I think I would enjoy it immensely.
I think so.
The lightsaber experience at Savi's workshop, or at the building of the lightsaber, is ranked up there with one of my favorite Star Wars experiences of all time. Like I just totally ate it all up. I was in the Star Wars universe.
Oh yeah.
So I think I'm the perfect candidate.
Yes.
To be on the Star Cruiser, other than the price. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, too bad that Disney didn't host the solo show out there and send you out for this, because you would, like you say, you're the perfect candidate for this. You've got to want to be able to absorb what they're giving you on this cruise and be interactive and just really get into it. And your costume, do you know what your costume would be if you were to go on this?
I haven't thought too much about the costume. I have thought about backstories, though. They say if you're going, you should create a whole new imaginary backstory.
Right.
Originally, my plan was that I was from Hoth, and it was a very cold planet, and I have a hard time with the heat on Batu and stuff like that. But someone suggested to me, actually Sam from One Planet Radio and Disney Nerds, he said his backstory would be, and I think I might steal his, that he is from Alderaan, and he was off planet when the Death Star destroyed the planet.
Oh, okay.
So he has no love for the Empire, no love for the First Order, and is totally on the rebellion side.
Nice.
I think that'd be a good backstory.
Yeah, definitely. I know that Sam was there, I think, as part of the media event for Sam's Disney Diary, right? Yeah, interesting. It is kind of fun to think about what your costume and your backstory would be, because they play along with that, in this, what is it, 2 day? Is it a 2 day adventure or 3 days? 3 days,
they used to say 3 days. Now they changed it to 2 nights.
2 nights.
description.
Okay. Yeah.
So it really wasn't 3 days.
Right. A whole 3 days.
Because it wasn't the 3 days. It was like you
Yeah.
get in there in the afternoon and you leave. You got one full day and then you leave first thing in the morning. How was that 3 days?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
changed the wording of it to two night adventure.
Yeah, and part of your time is over at Galaxy's Edge as well.
Yeah, but even that though, you're on missions and stuff, which is I'm all for that. I'm all excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I saw people waiting for the shuttle to, like, while I was doing the Bounty Hunter game, you could see people where the shuttle picks them up. They're all sitting around waiting for the shuttle to pick them up.
To take them back to the Star Cruiser.
Yeah. And there's a little thing where you scan your magic band. I'm not sure if that's to prove that you belong on that shuttle. I tried scanning my magic band. Nothing happened.
No. You wound up with the guy in the fountain in the surfboard.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was. Two stormtroopers came and picked me up and hauled me away. You're not supposed to use your magic band there,
supposed
sir.
to be here.
But I'm a solo. I'm supposed to be here.
Exactly.
I belong in the universe.
I'm from Hoth. That is good stuff.
Well, thanks for coming on, David. This was fun. It was great chatting with you again.
I know, it's like old times. When we used to co-host Disney Night Live together, and I'm excited. I appreciate you inviting me back on the solo show, and I'm excited for your D23 trip coming up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, and it's good to see you traveling again.
Actually, I'll be at D23 when this comes out. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, or the day before. This will come out the day before D23.
Well, I know you're going to enjoy D23.
Any predictions? What's your one prediction?
Oh God, that's a tough question. I didn't think about it. Oh man, should I go big?
Go big.
I might go big. Fifth gate at Disney World.
Wow, that's big.
That's as big as you can go.
What did they make for 21 billion this
21.5? Don't forget the 0.5. We'll take the 0.5 and split it.
You could build a fifth gate for 21 billion, can't you?
Sure you can. Yeah.
I think there will be a new gate, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be at Walt Disney World.
Okay, so you think it's going to be a whole new location?
It could be Disneyland Paris. It could be Hong Kong. It could be Shanghai. It could be Tokyo.
Okay.
Don't think it's going to be Disneyland.
Not Disneyland in California or Disney World in Orlando. Huh?
Yeah. And people tell me, Stan, that can't be because there's not enough room in Shanghai. There's hotels all around. You can't have a gate. It doesn't have to be right next door. It doesn't have to be walking distance. Look at Walt Disney World.
Right.
You can't walk from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom.
No. But you
why do you have to do that in Shanghai? You could set up a monorail or whatever to go between the two.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just because in California, Disneyland, you can get from one to the other, or in other theme parks, right? In Paris,
Tokyo.
Right? It doesn't have to be. It could be 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's my prediction for something big is a new gate world.
So we do both think big here with a gate. So that's very interesting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're going to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
That's it for the month of
August.
Take it away, Ken.
If you have a brilliant idea for a future edition of The Solo Show and would like to take your turn in the guest host's chair, then drop us an email at thesoloshow01@gmail.com. Tell us your idea for the show, and we'll contact you about a date and a time for you to join us. If you would just like to keep the conversation going or have a comment about a previous show, then visit us on Facebook at The Solo Show. All logos, sounds, and songs that are made by and for Disney and its affiliates are owned solely by the Disney Corporation and are not, nor are they intended to be, the ownership of The Solo Show podcast. We hope you'll join us for the next adventure on The Solo Show. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.